students studied the early Klamath River watershed. Set in the high desert, the upper Klamath River watershed was once a watery landscape of lakes, rivers, and wetlands. About 500,000 acres of lakes and wetlands supported some 6 million waterfowl as they migrated the Pacific Flyway.
Native fish, including several species of suckers, trout, and salmon, thrived in this habitat. Two large volcanoes framed the upper basin: Mount Mazama, now Crater Lake to the north, and Mount Shasta to the south. Upper basin lakes were fed by snowmelt, precipitation, and spring-fed tributaries. From these lakes, the Klamath River flowed unimpeded from lower basin. The Shasta, Scott, and Salmon tributaries joined the Klamath River. Below them, the mighty Trinity, the largest tributary, joined the Klamath River some 40 miles from the Pacific Ocean. The Klamath flowed down to its estuary, completing a 250-mile journey from its source in the upper basin. In the early watershed, winter river flows were occasionally very high, flushing out the river and providing new gravel for fish spawning beds. Spring flows were cool and high, providing ample water for the spring salmon runs as far as the upper basin. In the lower basin, moist ocean air and high precipitation created temperate rainforests, receiving as much as 100 inches a year. The lower Klamath River and its tributaries were shaded by old-growth Douglas fir and redwoods. The river was rich with salmon, lamprey or eel, sturgeon, and trout. The Klamath River, once wild, has been dramatically changed by human impacts over the last 150 years. In the early 1900s, Americans began to see the need to preserve the natural environment and established wildlife refuges, national forests, and laws to protect fish. Today's challenge is to build on these efforts and work together to restore the watershed and to find ways to share water in times of drought so that both farms and fish can survive.